think it might be turn number 4.
Yeah, you're right.
We're catching the end of it there, and once again, just like Nyck de Vries at the start of this race, it's wet on the curb. It's wet on almost every curb, and still the driver's trying to attack to the inside. We can't apportion any blame because we can't see how it started. It's looking very, very quick right now. So this is Roberto Mary into turn number 4.
Fuck, I crashed. Okay. Are you okay? Mary, are you okay? I'm fine. Okay, thanks for confirming.
Like you said.
Good composure, the composure that you get when you're in your second season. But this was Luca Ghiotto just lighting up the rear, and the wall was never too far away. That's how he exited the race.
Did you saw him? He was just a bit too wide on the curb, and maybe the pressure of the tires a bit low. The tires doesn't touch anymore down.
Are you okay, Luca? Yeah, I'm okay, So you copy?
I'm sorry for it. It was just a bad mistake because the pressure of the tires, they are not perfect yet, and so it touched underneath.
But what a mixed and dramatic session. De Vries got close, but it's Aleksandr Albin who, for the 3rd race in a row, is going to take pole position. Just reviewing here, it really snapped on him late. He's going through there fully committed, and that is a very abrupt hit. I think it caught Sergio Sette Camera by surprise. Penalty after he punted Luca Ghiotto, his countryman, into the wall in the very first few meters of this race. That is the end of any real chance. This is why he's serving it, and I think we've said all that needs to be said about that pretty brutal move into the wall.
Yeah, lied coming in the pit lane. Albin was making such a late call. De Vries goes to the inside, and Albin suddenly went for it. I've never seen anything like that before. Here we go.
This is on board. Nyck de Vries to the inside. Late move from Albin, and they're going to argue about this one later. But this is how the race leader went out of the race. De Vries. And that is the reaction of Dams. De Vries with no obvious...
Opens up the exit, but it's very difficult to make a pass in here. He's going for it.
Oh, he's trying it. Does he know he's there? No! Into the wall goes Boschong. Norris thought about an opportunistic move, and he sends Boschong to the wall. And the difficult weekend for the championship leader. Get past Boschong, something that Norris did manage to do, and he hit him already.
Norris crashed into me. Norris crashed into me. Hell. What a idiot this guy is. Stay in Formula 2, you idiot.
They're very vocal these days, the drivers, aren't they? But yeah, Norris crashed into him twice because that was the first hit at lows, and then the gap was never really there. He was half-hearted, committed, and so goes wide in Raskas, gets a slightly straighter exit, thinks about it, but then he had an oversteer going for the inside. I think that cost him a little bit of ground, and in the end, the gap was closing, and really Lando didn't need to be on the inside of Ralph.
Slowed down, maybe the virtual safety car was the right course of action there, and this is how he went out, diving down the inside of Nairei Fukuzumi, and it did not work for him, cranking on the opposite lock and ending up in the same part of the racetrack that Schumacher did in Formula 1 all those years ago. Aitken, Makino, Galeo, Russell, Boschong, and now Albin and Nissany for an incident that took place on the exit. You see Albin with the run. Nissany had been into the wall earlier in this race. From wide there.
He braked so early. He braked like 200 meters.
And coming down, we only caught the end of it really, but you heard what Albin thought about it. Straight on, and that was high speed. Straight into the barrier. They moved it back in previous years. And Albin with a massive hit into Nissany that has brought out the safety car. Thankfully, both of these guys are okay.
Yeah, very much so. It seemed to be Nissany when there was the back shot. It looked as if he actually missed the apex by good car's width there, so maybe he had to back out there, and then where Albon was going flat out through it, maybe it just slightly deceived him big time, and then he was right in the backside, and that's where they actually then touched. But again, you've just got to be so very aware. You would always, I can see the way that car's gone left at the swimming pool. You're supposed to be going right. Here we are.
So we're going to see Sean Galeo's lost it on the way in.
Oh, right over the top of the grid. I actually saw the front nose.
Yeah.
Flip up there. There we go. Hits that curb. Bang.
Wow. Huge hit.
Impact. Big impact.
You are completely committed at that stage, aren't you? When you go into the corner and Sean Galeo getting wide. He drove so well yesterday. He will be so frustrated to see his race end in the Armco he is out of the race. He's going to join Jack Aitken as a retirement, and this was the moment that he found the wall on the exit, having hit the wall halfway through.
Quite to the temperature that they need to use the rubber or the brake in itself.
Here we go, wait for it.
Both.
How strange is that?
Over. There was something on the track. Me and Neri both missed it.
Yeah, right.
And I broke pretty early, mate.